With Ange, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they should have sacked him. The reason why, my biggest, you can mention.
I didn't put that back in the questions because that only happened yesterday, didn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't put it in the questions.
Yeah.
Kind of
So
breaking news.
Talk your shit. Let's go.
Yeah. Bring up, like, I understand the league position, and it was a joke. It was a massive joke, ending where they ended off. By the end of the day, he did something that a lot of those people couldn't do. Won a trophy. One of the things you said earlier, players love him, right? If a player believes in the coach, you get so much more from them. Give this guy the chance to see what he can do in the Champions League when he got them there. Then make your decision.
Do you want to know why I think it's the right choice? Because, okay, let's look at that Europa League as an anomaly. They were not good. They played Man United, the worst Man United as you called them ever.
Yeah.
And they stumbled. Brendan Johnson barely even scored that goal. I feel like that was an own goal. They didn't.
All right.
They didn't. But anyway, he was on the way to tanking that club.
It's
Like,
the
they
Arsenal
were,
fans.
if I'm saying no, I think this is the best decision for them.
He said on the pod as
I
well.
would prefer Ange to stay and them get relegated, but I think like he could get them relegated with this relentless high pressing, getting players injured, finishing just below the relegation points. It's only they didn't get relegated because there were three teams worse than them.
I would get that.
It's scary if you're a chairman.
Yeah.
It's scary for your club.
But I would get that if he did that 2 seasons in a row. He didn't.
No, the first season
Yeah,
was
he did. He got
fine.
2-5, and also
The first season was awful though. If you actually look at his win ratio, everything came in that first, let's say, 10 games, and then Chelsea, thank you so much, came in and fucked that all. Their good run was in the beginning. Then I think he's way more losses than wins.
But they hit that period of bad form like November, December, January, which was a long 3 months of like bad form. But then once they were at that point and they realised they weren't getting Europe anyway, because that was the state of the league at that point.
Yeah.
But by January they'd given up on the league anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't really care about the league position because mentally, everyone fucking knows it matters. Like mentally, what you're thinking in terms of what you do when you go into games. Like you pull out of a challenge every now and again because you don't want to. You're not trying to play that game, like that Premier League game. Yeah, because you want to play the Europa League game that you think you might actually have a chance of winning on the Thursday. You know what I mean? I think that happened.
But can we excuse 20 plus losses?
I mean, he got a trophy. The best Spurs team didn't get anything. He got. At the end of the day, this is what we're here for.
That's what I mean. Because he won a European trophy.
I get it, but
those games have 2 legs, so it's not as if he doesn't know how to win games.
And not only that, we're forgetting
he does know how to win games.
Is at his
highest.
I think we need to. I don't think you guys are talking about the trophy, but I think it's about looking forward. He's not going to win the Champions League. It's about the survival of the club.
Shouldn't even have that because you run the club like a business. So
why won't he do well in the Champions League? He's just proven he can go through a European tournament and do well.
Run?
Who cares? You've been in Europa, you didn't win it. Who the fuck cares? They won a trophy.
Nah, but I just.
They won a trophy.
If I like Tottenham,
in 10 years' time, niggas are not going to talk about the run. Pardon, sorry.
No,
I'm not going to talk about the run.
Wrong pod.
Wrong pod.
I hate Tottenham.
Yeah. No, it's the way you apologise.
Yeah, that's hilarious. He said sorry, like it was your father.
Yeah. Nah, because hey, we're not in our territory. The target audience is different.
Trust me, I hate Tottenham. My hatred for Tottenham says keep Ange in because I want it to go worse.
Yeah.
Me speaking from a Tottenham perspective, get rid of him. Even some of the Tottenham pundits I don't know. They're saying it's sad because he did this. Give him a statue, maybe. But also sack him.
Why would you not keep Ange? Like who are they getting now?
Oh, that is the question.
It's the same thing.
They're in talks with
I would trust Thomas Frank.
He won't even get them top 6. He will not get them top 6.
Maybe they don't need top 6 right now. They need stability.
That man's a scientist. The guy he works with data and numbers. They're not a club like that. Brentford is set up like that completely.
But Tottenham have moved to that also. I think they got one of, was it a Liverpool?
Every
one of those big data guys.
But every club's got an element of it.
But
Brentford live and breathe it. Like their players start. They sign players to someone to start in their starting 11 based off of only data.
I would have kept. I hate what you're saying.
Survival.
But I would have kept him. I don't think there's enough bad thing to say survival because you're making it sound like it's Steve Bruce managing him. Like it wasn't that he had a bad season. I think if you
actually see over the 2 seasons, the first season they were carried by that first 10 games. Mm-hmm. They fell off a fucking cliff.
You can easily get better from a transfer. You can easily get better from a new
assistant
manager.
But that says to me that he's had a year and a half of being bad in the league.
He gave them a European trophy.
Yeah, he gave them a European trophy, give him a statue and say thank you, goodbye, which is what they've done.
Were Tottenham even in Europe when he came? They weren't, were they? They were not in...
That was Europa League and Champions League.
Yeah. Conte would have been bad in the Champions League.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
And then Europa, that was when the Barcelona were dropping down, I think.
Yeah.
Remember when Barca played Man Union?
Yeah, for me, it's as simple as like you got a manager in, he got you top 5, which was Europa. He was in the Europa League. He then won that Europa League.
He had a bad
He's
season,
now
I hate
in the
that.
Champions League because of that. He should manage in the Champions League. That's him.
Because we're not saying the same thing about Ruben. Like, it was more
Exactly.
Ruben team
Exactly.
than it was Eric Ten Hag.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
again,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
remember when you asked about the if Arsenal did all those finals, at 90 minutes, swinging either way changes how we talk about Man United or Tottenham, when really and truly it was just 90 minutes. But really and truly, they both had bad seasons.
Zidane had 3 90 minutes, and some people call him the greatest.
Yeah,
so
exactly. So you're on that same train of thinking because you're a Zidane hater. So the 90 minutes shouldn't affect the way we look at your whole season.
No,
it swings either way. We say, United had a great season.
That 90 minutes, not only that 90 minutes won you a trophy, it beat the stereotype of you're just Spurs. It's just 100%. Spurs.
Give him a statue and sack him.
You know what happens in my second season? I win things.
He said the next season's even better, and then he got axed. He got the Game of Thrones.
If we were talking about next season, right, and this was a different manager, as in a manager who had finished, like say it was a different manager who had finished 17th with Spurs and then won the Europa League, it's not the same. It's not the same thing. But he broke something that no other manager has been able to break. How many Spurs managers have Spurs been through since? Like to try and break this curse that they've got even.
Or was it Honda Rams?
Harry Redknapp. League Cup. League Cup. Yeah, I think
Jose would have done it. Jose don't lose finals. They fucked up.
Jose probably would have done it. Yeah.
Does Jose beat Pep in finals?
Oh.
Because that's another battle. I just want to throw it out there.
Don't Tottenham beat Man City? I swear, even in that era, Tottenham always beat Man City.
No, I don't think always. I think.
Is it not that era? I swear.
But I know Tottenham. That's their bogus.
But it was 90 minutes. I feel like it changes the whole way we speak about everyone.
One of our close friends is a Spurs fan, and he's livid.
He's livid. Yeah. The fans are livid. Yeah.
And that's a Spurs fan. I just wanted.
But then there are.
It's been split. I've heard both opinions.
I've seen split on Twitter as well. And it's one of them ones. But
I think it's quite an even one as well.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not act like there's not been situations where where a popular manager has been sacked and then it's worked out afterwards, straight afterwards. Like it's happened with Chelsea once or twice.
Hell, it happened with Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, it can be perfect. Thomas Frank could come in and shot me and Jake that. It could happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
It could go the other way where Thomas Frank is now sacked. And now Thomas Frank manages West Ham.
Yeah.
It could happen like that.
Ends up like Potter.
Yeah.
Just a random team. Just on Indeed looking for football manager jobs.
Where is Potter?
He's like West Ham beefing with Fulkrug.
Yeah.
What am I talking about?